Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Gemini is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Gemini, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here we've got a Nine of Cups. This is beautiful energy. This is the happiness that keeps on happening. This is the dream that keeps on dreaming, right? This is the pursuit of happiness. This is the following of your bliss, right? To invoke Joseph Campbell here. I feel like you're somebody who is ready for superabundance. I feel like you know what you want in life. You know what superabundance is, okay? You are focused on a life that is not only physically and financially abundant, but mentally, emotionally satisfying, and spiritually, creatively fulfilling. So you've got that Three of Cups, but on all three planes of being, right? So super abundance. I think you very much know what you want, and you know what you require in each of these areas. Physically and financially, you know what you want. Intellectually, emotionally, you know what you want. So in terms of your job, how you make money, kind of what you do on the physical realm, you have goals, you have ambitions, and I feel like you really are working toward those goals and making a lot of progress. And I feel the same thing with your emotional life, your intellectual life. I feel like you're very stimulated by knowledge, right? By what you're learning and what you're pursuing as far as your interests go. The people in your life, I think you have an idea of the quality that you want, quality over quantity, right? And I feel like you really are focused on your creativity too. I feel like you're focused on all of these things. And so your life, to me, feels like it's expanding in a very even way. It's a perfect circle, right? And I always say that. And I always say, hi, Maynard, right? I heard he's a fan of the show, by the way. But I understand sometimes we get focused on one or other of these different levels, right? We could be very focused on our physical or financial abundance and well-being that we sometimes neglect the other areas, okay? Or we're so focused on our love relationships that we kind of lose sight of some of the deeper, spiritual or creative goals that we have, or even the physical and financial. We have this kind of cliche where whenever you get into a good relationship, we kind of forget about going to the gym. We forget about, eating right. We're so happy that we're just, we've kind of lost focus on those things. But I feel like you're really expanding your life in a way that's very wholesome, very, very holistic, right? You're somebody with a lot of variety. I think you like a lot of things. You're not really picky in that way right now. I feel like you like everything. You just want to have the experience, right? I'm going to be surprised if we don't have a Fool card here somewhere, but let's see what the challenge is. Maybe that part of your life that needs the most focus right now is the physical financial part. Okay, Four of Pentacles here is talking about safety, security, and stability in our physical or financial world. This card's already. Oh, look at that, Six of Cups. We'll take it. But with the Four of Pentacles, it could be that there is a need for some sort of establishment, some sort of a foundation to be set up in the physical world, that maybe we're trying to, increase this side of the circle a little bit, right? that maybe that is where your most of your focus is. I feel like there's a challenge in the physical realm right now, right? I don't know if this is something that's related to health or well-being. I don't know if there's an injury or an illness or something that you're recovering from. And it could be that's very closely tied in with the financial aspect. It could be that you've had an injury, you've had to take some time off work, and now we're just kind of, I got to focus on taking care of that stuff, which means that the other levels of this Nine of Cups might be, they might have to kind of, take second priority for the time being. So this seems what your current focus is, your current quest, right? And it could really be the securing of that job, the securing of that promotion, or the securing of that, maybe it's a loan, it's some kind of a financial thing or an investment thing. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know my way around those things. But I feel that this is something that we're really looking to crystallize. We're looking to make something kind of solid, and it's taking most of your priority right now. Okay. Underneath the surface, of course, we have that Six of Cups. So there's still, as well, a very keen focus on your interpersonal relationships. Okay. The Six of Cups really is about how we're bringing our own abundance of love energy into a partnership with somebody else. Right. A Three of Cups plus a Three of Cups. Me and you, we're together like this, and it's a good, harmonious partnership, right? So this is either you focused on a romantic relationship or maybe a friend or a family kind of situation. And it could be where that Four of Pentacles is going on too. Maybe part of this physical world is you taking care of somebody else, right? This could be like a family thing. But what it seems to me is that while we're focused on this very physical thing, maybe the Four of Pentacles is that, you've had to work some extra hours, or we're focused on this financial thing, or there's a business deal, or there's something going on in your kind of professional world. Maybe you're retired. Maybe this has something to do with, your home, the home itself, right? This is where your focus is. But really what's underneath the surface is you kind of just want to get back to the love. You want to get back to having this kind of, I think it's the emotional part of things, that deeper emotional connection, that intimacy, right? Where we're spending a lot of time at work, we're not spending a lot of time at home with the family, right? And so we're kind of, we're wishing for this while in our lives we're focused on whatever this Four of Pentacles is, okay? Let's see what's in the background. Maybe we'll get a little, yeah. Okay, so there was some injury or illness. This is the Five of Pentacles. This is something that is in disorder, something that is in a state of flux, or there's some sort of chaos, or there's some sort of worry back here. Okay, and I think what you're focused on now is recovering, right? It could be a financial recovery, it could be a physical recovery. We're in the process still of stabilizing whatever this flux was. This is a lot of movement in the physical realm. Okay, so it could be, unexpected expenses. It could be some financial trouble. It could be literally something with the home. I can relate to this because we had a little bit of where we live was hit with a pretty major storm, a week or so back, and there was a lot of flooding. A lot of people are really in a bad way with all the water. We got very lucky. We got very blessed, and I'm very thankful that we had a little bit of water in our basement, but it wasn't that bad, right? Compared to what everybody else is going through. I mean, it brings a tear to my eye when I see the things on the news, or when I drive through the town and I see that a lot of it is underwater now. It breaks my heart. I'm not trying to make this about me, but I feel like this is, it's something that is, has taken priority in your life, something that really needs to be dealt with. It was an unexpected thing. It could be something with the house. It could be something, where there's some sort of damage or some sort of repair that really cannot wait, right? So we are stabilizing that. We are bringing that 5 back to a 4. It's a place of safety, security, stability. We're back to a good baseline kind of functioning. It's been made whole again, right? And I don't think it's just for you. I think this is, obviously with the Six of Cups, it's something that's affecting other people in your life too, And it's something that I think you're motivated because of the love that you have for your friends, your family, your coworkers, your neighbors, whatever it is. This sense of community with the Six of Cups, right? So this is kind of the motivating energy, right? This is what you feel in your soul. You feel like this is your place. You're part of this, and you belong here. These are your people. This is your life, right? And so you're someone that really takes friendships very seriously. You take your family very seriously, your neighbors, right? The sense of community on every level of being. I think you take it very seriously, and it means a lot to you. So the 5 and 4 of Pentacles might not be anything really happening to you. It could be something that you've been dealing with to help somebody else, okay? Because that's just the kind of person that you are. There we go. There's the more earth energy. Up above everything, yes, the Ace of Pentacles. One, it's a perfect circle, right? So we're looking to kind of bring everything back to this wholesome, holistic, very balanced and kind of equalized state of things, right? So you're going from the 5 to the 4. So we're kind of subtracting 1, and that's through your efforts to bring something from a state of chaos to a state of stability. There's confusion, there's order, right? But really what we're looking for too is we want to kind of go above and beyond the Ace of Pentacles. You're the kind of person with this Ace of Pentacles that is, you're not just looking to bring things back to well, maybe we can call this square one, right? You're not looking to bring things back to just the kind of basic level of functional stability, right? It's kind of like something breaks down. We're not just going to replace a couple of parts and say, okay, it's running now. No, you're going in and you're like souping it up even more. You know, you're making it better than it was before, and it's a token of your generosity. Okay, and I wonder if this is not involving you, if this is somebody else that you're helping. I kind of feel as if you're like helping them get back on their feet, that they kind of have to start over in a way. And I really hope it's nothing serious. But I kind of feel like you're helping somebody along. You know, I don't know. I see you like holding somebody's, like they've got their arm around you, and you kind of got them by the shoulder, by the arm or something. And you're just kind of like helping them kind of get back to where they're going, you know, get back to the path that they're on. You are a generous person. I'm getting that vibe that you would give somebody like the last penny in your pocket. Yeah. That it's meaningless for you to be successful or well off, or for you to have this abundance if the world around you, if your people, if your community, your neighbors, whatever, were suffering. Yeah. I think you're very patient. I think you're very generous. I also think you're good at managing people. I don't know, maybe this is something at work too. Let's look at the future card. Now we've got some fire and air with the Knight of Swords. It could be an air sign person. It could be an older male energy that you might be assisting in some way. And maybe there was an injury, maybe there was something to do with the home or the living situation. But I feel like it's a friend or a neighbor or a family member even, but I feel like it's somebody that lives close to you. Yeah. And it might be about really restoring somebody else to their kind of optimal level of activity. You know, this is a very active card, you know, with the fire and the air. It's kind of like, you're kind of giving somebody a little bit of a push start, and then they just start zooming, you know? It's like a kid on a bicycle. You kind of give them a little nudge, and then they just take over, and they start pedaling, and they're cooking, you know? And I feel like you get a lot of joy out of that. I feel that makes you feel really good to see somebody just kind of soaring through the air, and knowing that you kind of help to get them off the ground a little bit. This could be an investment kind of thing for you too. Maybe you're an investor in people, I think. But let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. And we're just going to put it over here, make a little room. We're going to put our very own Kelly Kapoor right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If at any point during this program you feel like you know what that card is, put your prediction in the comments. Okay. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free, helps out the channel, and I appreciate that. Okay. Let's look at the general energy now on the path of the serpent. We got the Ace of Swords. You're a simple person. You're into the kind of simple joy of things. Yeah. You have a sense of justice about you, and now that brings a different aspect into the Knight of Swords here, because this is a Libra energy. So this represents a Libra person. It represents that justice card. And this is the kind of the card of the, your sense of justice, your sense of what's fair or what's right and wrong. I think it's quite appropriate for a Gemini, that you're not on one or the other sides of the fence here, that you've got your own sense of kind of moral direction, this kind of a moral compass in a way. I feel like you would fight for the people that you love. As much as you would give them the last penny in your pocket, you would give them the last ounce of strength that you had left to defend them or to right a wrong in life. Yeah. I like that we have the two aces here. I think this is really nice. I wonder if we're going to get a third one. But I almost wonder if you're kind of taking up a new sword, a new mission in life. Because this gives me the sense that like something really has affected you, and maybe you're setting off on this new path with the ace and the ace. Maybe it's a new social issue. Maybe this is something that you've taken now to be kind of your life's mission for right now. Your life's mission to restore something that, is that Five of Pentacles and bring it back to a 4. That you've taken up the mantle of something. Yeah, like you're ready to fight for something that you find to be very, very important. Okay, it could be even like the idea of volunteering somewhere, but I feel like you've taken this in as your mission, as your purpose, whatever it is. Okay, let's keep going here. What's in the environment position? Tower. Tower. I feel like this Five of Pentacles is related, obviously, to this, what's in the environment. And the Five of Pentacles really could be your experience in your own personal life of disorder, of chaos, of uncertainty, of the flux and fluctuation, the instability of life, right? Because the Five of Pentacles is kind of like the ground beneath your feet, not being all that stable. And we're looking to stabilize that. So it really could be financial uncertainty or something like that. But now with the Tower in the environment, I wonder if there's a little bit of projection here. Or, in a good way, really, because it kind of feels like we're making this really a spiritual quest. Because you know what it's like to have this kind of instability. You know what it's like to have some sort of an injury or an illness or something in the home, or your car breaks down, or something in the physical environment that is like the ground kind of being shaky under your feet. You know what that feels like. And so now it kind of seems like you are kind of rushing into this situation to help. And it feels like it's really genuine. It feels like it's really from the heart. Okay? Because we might be looking at the environment, something outside of ourselves, as, wow, this is probably the worst day that person's ever had. Okay? It could be about us too. I don't want to, neglect that aspect of it. It could be the worst day we've ever had. But I feel like it's something in the physical environment. It's kind of like this is the worst thing that we've ever seen out here. And then, of course, I can relate to this because I don't think we've had this kind of a flood here in a long time, right? So it's kind of like this is the worst it's ever really been. And so I think that, this reading seems like it's a little bit, applies to me in some ways too. But I feel like this is the realization that we all have to band together, right? That each one of us have to take this up as our, currently, has to take this up as our life's mission. And if we all do that, if we all work together and we have this sense of community, this sense of connection, then we can overcome whatever this tower event is that's going on, right? But it's something that we have to do together. Yeah. Interesting. What's the obstacle here? We've got some Emperor energy. There really isn't an obstacle with this. I think that the only fear, really, that there is, the only kind of challenge to this situation is us being able to get out of this mode, to be able to not just kind of take this up as the rest of our life kind of thing. That suddenly now we've so identified with the disruption, with the chaos, with this big tower event, that is all we live for now, that has consumed us and we have become that, which then kind of, where'd that Nine of Cups go? Right? That we're focused on the bottom level here, the physical, financial abundance that we're trying to kind of restore, that maybe we're just going to live there now, and this is going to be, we're going to be just this emperor, and we're going to be missing out. We're going to be neglecting the other two levels. Okay, let's see what the final card is. What is the outcome or the destiny card? Well, it's a Nine of Wands, more fire energy. There's a strength. This is you kind of committing to something and not breaking that promise, not going back on your word. Yeah. And so this, I think, is, it's part of the solution too, because sometimes we look at a Nine of Wands and we think it is me against the world, right? And we think this is me, a singular person, that I am the one that has to take on all of this trouble, that, I'm the one that has to do this. And that's kind of the emperor thing too, which is like, it's all on my shoulders, right? And of course, yeah, we're strong enough, and we have to have that attitude where I'm relying on myself. I can't wait for somebody to come and save the day, right? And so this gives us the strength to be self-reliant. Okay. But maybe we do have to realize, we have to remember, that this is a group effort, that this is there is a sense of community here, that we all have to work together, that you are not alone, that you don't have to shoulder this whole burden yourself, even though you are capable. And so it's kind of a reminder, I think, to have that sense of community. That's the group togetherness seems to be a very important thing. It's underneath the surface. It's kind of like what you're feeling in your soul. And what we need to remember to look at, because this is under the surface, it could be forgotten about. That sense of community, that sense of togetherness, okay? And this card is kind of like, I have the strength to endure this on my own. I don't need any help. And so if this is something that's going on with you, make sure that you don't reject anyone's effort to offer assistance to you. And this might even be talking about the other person. If this is something that is happening to a friend, a family member, or a neighbor, be ready for them maybe to have that sense of pride where they're going to try to kind of reject the assistance. You're the kind of person, I think, that would just kind of go in and start doing it without asking permission first, because some people have that sense of pride where they're going to say, no, I got it. We'll figure it out. Thank you. No, thank you. Right. So it's kind of that pride sometimes gets in the way of us accepting help. I want to look at the mystery card. I'm kind of concerned about the trend of energy here. We started with this really lovely water energy, but then it feels like, oh no, we got this earth situation that happened, and now we've taken a whole different direction in our life. So I want to see this to be more water energy. I would love to see a 10 of cups, or another 6 would be great. Another 9 would be great. If you have a prediction for this card, though, put it in the comments. All right, let's see. Oh, there we go. Nice. It is a 10 of cups. I feel like this is a temporary thing. And I feel like you're getting back. I feel like this is really, this is going to resolve whatever the difficulty is on the earth plane, right? Is going to resolve. And this is kind of a card that says you're going to be living your dream life. Everything is going to be wonderful. Everything's going to be restored. Everything is going to be full. And I think that this is kind of like that 9 of cups, but now in like a more fulfilled kind of place. It's kind of like you're building things back, not just to the way they were before, but better, right? And I feel like there's a lot of gratitude here. I feel there's a lot of this thankfulness, both in the sense of we all helped each other and we're very grateful for that, but also just this kind of a thank you to the divine energy. You know, a big thank you to Spirit for what is coming into your life and the kind of people you have around you, whether this is a work thing, a family thing, a community thing, or whatever. You've got really good people around you, and I think there's a lot of gratitude. There's a lot of recognition for all the abundance, the superabundance that you have in your life. And this to me is really very reassuring because I feel like all of this earth, we started with the water, we got all this earth, all this fire energy, but now we're coming right back to water, right? So this is something that is really meant to, it's adding value and meaning and purpose to your life in a way that is continuing this 9 of cups work, this absolute, fulfillment in this, your way of life, right? The way you approach life. Really beautiful. We're going to do an extended reading too, Gemini. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Gemini every Monday and Friday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free and does not cost you anything. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from, especially if this is your first time here. I want to thank you. I want to welcome you. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.